In this video, I'm going to break down the exact skill that helped me go from broke and burnt out to earning $11,000 in a month remotely, and how you can use it to quit your 9 to 5, earn online, and take control of your time, money, and freedom, all while mastering the #1 highest paid skill in the world. I went from washing dishes for $15 an hour while chasing my dream of becoming a professional footballer to making $6,227 in my first month online. And now I've helped over 80 athletes do the exact same thing. If you're an athlete and you're feeling stuck, undervalued, and ready to actually get paid for your potential, you're in the right place. Because in this video, I'm going to break down the exact skill that helped me go from broke and burnt out to earning $11,000 in a single month. It's how I helped Wataru, who was already a professional footballer at Sydney FC, but off the field he felt stuck with no income outside of his sport, to helping him make $5,400 in his first 30 days, working only 2 to 3 hours a day with his own schedule. He used the screen time he already had, those 2 to 3 hours a day, on his phone, and he turned it into income. The same time he was using to scroll was now paying him a full-time income online. Or even just like Callum, who went from waking up before sunrise to stacking boxes late at night, having to juggle 2 jobs just to barely survive as a student athlete. He was stuck in the same cycle, hoping for a solution. After dedicating himself and his future to learning one skill, he mastered it within 7 days. Within 5 from there, he was placed within a company. His first 5 days inside the company, Callum made $3,800 from his phone. And by the end of his first month, he brought in over 8,000 USD in additional income. But that's not it. With the skills and the doors this opportunity opened for him, within 50 days from starting in this company and 60 days from learning the skill, he was offered a creative director role inside the multi-6-figure company he started in as an appointment setter. All from simply mastering this one skill set and learning how to become valuable. And it's also how I helped Titus, a professional footballer, go from earning $1,500 a month in a retail job, working on someone else's dream, feeling like he was wasting his potential, to earning $20,000 a month purely from his phone, simply by mastering the skill of sales. And yes, the money was great. It allowed him to buy a brand new car, but the biggest thing for Titus was that it gave him the freedom to travel across the world wherever and whenever he wanted. This opportunity is also how I helped Ronaldo, an amateur athlete, go from spending 2 years failing with dropshipping, getting absolutely nowhere.
I started working part-time for Bunnings Warehouse and dropshipping. And with all those dropshipping, working, and then training every single day, I would get drained. Like, I would dread every single day.
Burning cash, trying everything, but never making it work. And where it left him, after 2 years, he never made more than $2,000 in a single month. The business model was too complicated, it was too saturated, the results were inconsistent, and it left him stuck. Working a part-time job he told me he hated, just in case dropshipping didn't work out, and it never did. Ronaldo's goal wasn't to make $10 million as an aspiring footballer, but it was to have time, location, and financial freedom in his life so he can focus more on what truly mattered to him, his sporting goals. But the only place dropshipping left him was inside, working 10-hour days for very minimum results. After realizing he needed something more real, more tangible, in his first 30 days, getting into appointment setting, he made $5,000, and within 40 days, $6,800 from his phone with a clear, simple skill he could finally trust. He quit his backup job, and today Ronaldo works with a huge multi-7-figure sales company, getting paid all while mastering the most important skill in business, sales. And even just like Stavros, who went from earning less than $10 an hour in a cafe in Greece, like the life he dreamed of was completely out of reach, to earning 2,000 USD in a single weekend from his phone. And from there, consistently earning $5,000 a month while traveling Europe and living the life that he once thought was totally impossible. Imagine waking up with freedom, with full control of your time, your income, and your life. No more asking for time off, no more living for the weekends, no more feeling stuck, behind, or burnt out. Instead, creating a life you don't need breaks, you don't need vacations from. Let me properly introduce myself. My name is Leon Johnson. I went from being a high school dropout who only had one thing going for me, a dream to play my sport professionally with no backup plan outside of it, to now being the founder of Athletic Freedom, the only sales agency in the world built specifically for athletes, helping you break into sales with a process designed specifically for your strengths, your mindset, and your schedule. We've helped more than 80 athletes quit their 9 to 5s, transition online, and earn more than 5 to 10K a month online. But to be honest, not too long ago, I was dead broke with minus $50 in my bank account. When I was 17, I dropped out of high school to move across the entire world to follow a dream I had since I was 6 years old of becoming a professional footballer. And I had two choices: earn money online or get stuck in a 9 to 5 just trying to pay rent, just trying to survive. And honestly, as a high level athlete, I never saw myself being average. I never saw myself even working in 9 to 5. So I looked into absolutely everything: drop shipping, affiliate marketing, crypto, TikTok clipping. I even started a coaching business, but nothing worked. I worked 12-hour days, 6 days a week for nothing. No consistent income, no freedom, no time, and worst of all, no energy to focus on the one goal I had in my life, which was my sport. So eventually, I was forced to take the only job I can find, washing dishes in a tiny kitchen in the middle of Sweden. 15 Australian dollars an hour, 10-hour shifts, on my feet. I'd come home exhausted. My back hurt, my knees hurt, my motivation was gone. And deep down, I remember working there and I knew I was meant for more. I was not going to settle for a life built on somebody else's schedule, working towards somebody else's dream, building someone else's dream life. So after being forced to work on Christmas Eve, I knew I had to draw a line in the sand. I had to find something real that gave me time, that gave me financial freedom, and gave me the location freedom to live the life that I wanted and focus on my sport. And then everything changed. I came across this opportunity where you could earn money while working for a business online. And honestly, I couldn't help but think it was too good to be true, because by that point, I tried dropshipping, I lost money. I tried crypto, I lost even more. I tried TikTok clipping, I tried all of these things. I even tried starting my own business and nothing worked. So to say the least, I was skeptical. So when I heard about something called appointment setting that I hadn't even heard of before, to say the very least, I wasn't even sure if it was real. I was very skeptical, but deep down, I was still curious because I had nothing left to lose. I was already at rock bottom. Worst case, I would end up in the exact same terrible job that I was already in. So I looked into it. And the more I looked into it, I started realizing the value of this opportunity. And people all around me were making money with this skill, and I just hadn't noticed. It wasn't some intangible business model, drop shipping something from China or taking bets on crypto. It was real, it was simple, and it was proven. And what happened next completely changed my life. So I took the step. I invested in a program that taught this skill set. And to be honest, it was terrible. No support. I was left completely on my own. It was the most low-level program, the most low-level course I'd ever seen in my life, but I managed to make it work. With my own determination and hard work, within 30 days, I went from being stuck, earning $15 an hour with no flexibility, no control over my life or my financial situation, to earning $6,227 in my first month as an appointment setter. And let me tell you, the day that first online paycheck came, making a week's worth of manual labor with a few messages sent, a few hours a day on my phone, I can tell you, I never looked back. I never stepped back into that job ever again. I saw the path, a clear path to learning skills online, and I was walking it. And finally, I was getting paid for my value, not just my time. And yes, the money was great, but the biggest shift for me as an athlete was the freedom. Freedom to focus on my sport, freedom to travel, freedom to live life on my own terms. And as I kept learning, I kept getting better, I kept earning. I scaled my income up to $11,000 in a single month. And not long after that, I was able to do something that I always dreamed of, which was pay my dad back, pay my parents back for supporting me to chase my dreams. So after watching this video, not only will you be able to make 5 to 10 grand a month in a remote opportunity, but if you go all in, you can scale up to 15, 20 grand a month. And the best part, it's predictable. You earn a percentage of the business that you're working with makes, meaning they win, you win. You decide how much you work. You decide how much you earn. You have control of your income and your life and how quickly you progress. So the only thing you have to do is master one skill set, do it very well for one company anywhere in the world, and watch commission checks start landing in your account simply from the messages you sent the day before. Because here's the truth, unlike every other make money online opportunity out there, you are simply plugging into a business that's already printing money and you're helping them grow. You're helping them make more money. You send the messages, you book the calls, and you get paid. Meaning it's low risk for you and it's a no-brainer for them to hire you inside their company. Because these companies are already making 50, 100, even 200 grand a month online, and they're happy to pay you if you help them grow. Because what business wouldn't pay $10,000 to make $100,000? That is why the demand is endless. Because once you're properly trained, your value helping them make more money is undeniable. Now you might be thinking, $100,000 a month? That sounds crazy. How am I supposed to help someone do that and earn 10K a month from it? And I get it because I've been there. And it's the exact same thing that all the athletes that I work with thought at first too. Most of them with absolutely no previous experience online, no sales background, no business experience, just the willingness to learn and a few hours a day to commit to it. And here's the truth. In 2025, the world is moving online. These online businesses, coaches, service providers, whatever they do, are making more money than ever. And they all need help booking in more calls. And that's exactly where you come in, which is why it's without a doubt the best time to become an appointment setter. It's profitable, it's achievable, it's in demand. Even if you're starting from scratch, you don't need any previous experience to be successful. So here's where it gets real. Right now, I want to show you the exact two-step roadmap that I used to change my life and have now helped over 80 athletes do the exact same thing and earn 5 to 10 grand a month online. 2 clear steps, 1 life-changing outcome for you watching this video. Just like Saxon, for example, he was already working as a plumber. Long hours, early mornings, physically drained, trading his time for a paycheck. Every single day looked the same. 5 a.m. wake-ups, boss telling him when and where to go, driving to work, wearing a uniform, dreading Monday mornings. Today, after quitting his 9 to 5 and earning online, Saxon earns $5,000 a month consistently from his phone, just working 2 to 3 hours a day. No more early alarms, no more job sites, no more physical burnout. And with that freedom, yes, it gave him more money, but it allowed him to focus on his real goal. He dialed in his training. He focused on his nutrition. He spent more time and energy on his dream. He took his shot, and after 3 months, he signed a professional contract as a footballer for the biggest sporting club in Australia. Or just like Noah, who was stuck in a 9 to 5 customer service job. Yes, he was earning decent money, but it was costing him everything else. Like no matter how hard he worked, he never had the time or the freedom to match what he felt his potential was as an athlete. After working with me and getting placed inside a fitness and a sport-based company online, he started making way more money, working way less hours, and for the first time, he had full control over his own schedule. And that freedom allowed him to finally take the leap and go all in on his professional sporting career. He started accepting trials overseas, knowing with full confidence that he would keep earning just as much money as long as he had his phone with him. Noah traveled the world chasing his dream while consistently pulling in 4 to 5 grand a month, just messaging for a few hours a day on his phone. And what's special about Noah's story is that Noah already had an okay job, but he didn't settle. He created that freedom and he used it to unlock the life he knew he was capable of. Or even exactly like Riley, a college student athlete grinding it out on campus. He was making $10 an hour, working at Chick-fil-A, barely scraping by, living paycheck to paycheck. He knew he had a potential, but time was tight, money was tight, and every day it felt like his dream was slipping further away. But after becoming valuable in just 2 weeks after we placed him with a company, he made 3,000 USD, which is more than he'd earned in 3 months on campus. And by the end of the month, 6,000 USD from his phone, fitting it around classes, training, his busy schedule as a student athlete. Or even just like Triley, who was extremely skeptical because he'd already tried all the things you've probably heard of. He tried dropshipping, he tried crypto, he tried affiliate marketing, all of these things, and he associated the get-rich-quick aspects of this with learning the skill of sales. But despite all the bullshit out there, to put it simply, he knew there had to be a way, and he saw his teammates start making a lot of money from their phones. So firsthand, he saw the value of appointment setting and he gave it a proper shot. Before Charlie started working with me, he was working 3 jobs in person just to barely survive in a big city. He was underworked, he was underpaid, and with all of that, he was barely keeping his head above the water. But once he started appointment setting, Charlie earned $5,500 in 15 days and made 10 grand in a single month from his phone. And for the first time ever in his life, he had money coming in, time back in his day-to-day, and the freedom to actually enjoy his life again. He stopped just surviving. Charlie started thriving with his health, his wealth, and relationships, with more energy, more money, more freedom to enjoy his life. Or even take Kyle, a now standout in Australia's footballing system. But behind the scenes, before he started working with me, he was stuck in a draining job, working unflexible hours as a football coach. After coming across appointment setting, Kyle, he figured he could do it on his own. He spent 2 months trying to figure it out with no real success. In his first 2 weeks of working with me, he made $1,500 messaging people on his phone for a few hours a day. But the real win wasn't just the money, it was the freedom. Kyle, as an aspiring and a very talented footballer in his breakthrough years, it allowed him the remote, flexible schedule and allowed Kyle to finally go in on his sporting dreams. And that's when everything clicked for him. 2 months after quitting his coaching job, he signed a major contract. He fully stepped into the career that he was chasing all along. One decision, one skill allowed him the freedom to live like a professional footballer, so he could take the step and become one. So step one is simple, but it's everything, and it's mastering the skill of appointment setting. And you've probably never heard of it, and frankly, that's a good thing, because unlike every other make money online opportunity out there, appointment setting isn't saturated. It's not some trendy gimmick. It's a real skill used by real businesses making serious money online. And for athletes specifically, there's never been a better opportunity. So let me break down visually what appointment setting actually is and why businesses are paying thousands of dollars a month to have someone do it for them. So online, there's these business owners. Think V-Shred, think Zach Perner, think a traditional online coach, King Keto. For my Australians out there, Adam Sullivan. They sell a $3,000 to an $8,000 coaching program or course, right? But they have 700,000 followers. They have 1 million followers. They have 20,000 followers. But every single day, they are telling you to DM them weight loss, DM them shredded, DM them burn fat, whatever the call to action is. All of these business owners are asking their followers to message them, but let's do the math. One business owner to 50,000 followers, or one business owner to 1 million followers, that's the problem, right? They have an entire business to run. They can't be messaging people on Instagram. And they simply don't have the time to do this themselves as busy CEOs. So their time is better spent onboarding clients, making content, helping their existing clients, say marketing, all of the tasks. But here's the problem. If someone isn't reaching out to their followers, these companies are losing so much money, because before anyone buys an expensive $3,000 to $8,000 coaching program, they need to know, like, and trust the business owner themselves, which is only achieved by engaging and having a genuine conversation with them in the DMs. So they don't have the time to do it themselves, but without someone doing it for them, they are losing hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, probably half of their company, right? Meaning without an appointment setter, they are leaving so much money on the table. So instead of just burning hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, they hire an appointment setter and they pay you 10% to do it for them. So that's why they need one. How does this actually work for you? Well, put simply, you log in on their Instagram account, you message on their behalf as them, and this is how you can earn 5 to 10 grand a month so quickly, because the business is already successful. They already have the followers. You just need to get in that already thriving business and book the calls for them. You're borrowing their business, their expertise, and their knowledge, talking as them, with the goal and the objective to book sales appointments for the business owner. You don't even have to take the calls yourself. You move your thumbs for a few hours a day, you sit back, and the business closes the deal for you. And the best part about it is that these leads come to you, they're already qualified. You just have to ask them questions like, what's the goal for you on the fitness journey? Why can't you do this on your own? What's prevented you from getting help in the past? And once you've asked them a few questions and made them realize there's actually a problem, the company can actually help them, here's what you say. Hey, John, I would hate to be forward, but I'd love to hop on a call with you, right? The business owner takes the call you just booked for them, they turn into a paying customer, and you get paid for booking the call. So here's the outcome for both parties, the business and you as the appointment setter. The business can focus on other tasks and makes more money. You get paid 10% of their revenue because they need your skill set Without you, they are leaving so much money on the table. Everybody wins from this relationship. So as an appointment setter, let's say we place you inside a company once you've learned the skills. If you were to speak to 100 people a day on Instagram, book in only 4 of them, right? 1 out of 4, to be very pessimistic, turn into a paying customer. That's 10% of just one $3,000 to $8,000 coaching program. That's $300 to $800 a day, simply texting people on Instagram from 3 to 5 hours a day of work. And it's that simple. But let's say you're super busy, you don't have that much time, and you're only booking 2 calls a day on average. That's $150 to $400 a day, simply working from Instagram 2 to 3 hours a day. So that's the opportunity. That's how it works. And that's the value of an appointment setter that these companies are willing to pay you so much money for. So now that you fully understand the opportunity, step 1 is crystal clear. Master the skill of appointment setting. And yes, learning this skill will completely change your life, whether it's making more money, closing deals online, communicating with more confidence, or even negotiating your own contract as an athlete, convincing the manager why you should start over Johnny, right? This is one skill that will open every single door in the world, because every single transaction is a sale. But let me be real with you. Learning the skills are great, but learning the skill alone isn't enough. Because just having the knowledge doesn't give you the freedom. You need the opportunity to use it, because without that, you stay stuck exactly where you are, no income, no freedom. And that's exactly why step number 2 is a game changer. And although this opportunity completely changed my life, I'm going to be real with you. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows when I got started. After learning the skill, with the program I joined, I had to go out and find opportunities completely on my own. I was cold calling businesses, trying to convince them to work with me, take a bet on me with no real experience. And it was frustrating. It was discouraging. And honestly, it almost made me quit. And that's exactly why I cannot stand opportunities that only teach you the skills and then leave you stranded with no support, no opportunities at all, because I've been there and I know how hard it is. So after going through that, I promised myself that I'd build something better. So after countless of times failing, learning, and actually figuring out what works and the most reliable way to go from complete zero, never even having heard of appointment setting, to making 5 to 10 grand a month. And it's the exact process we now use inside of Athletic Freedom. And it's why I'm so confident in what we do, which brings us onto step 2, which is getting hired inside a real online business. And this is where everything clicks into place, because once you've mastered the skill, you need the opportunity to use it. Which is why we don't just train you and wish you luck. We literally guarantee you an appointment setting role with a qualified, with a vetted business owner. And I mean that literally. If we can't place you inside a company, you don't pay us. No hidden fees, no tricks. If we don't get you hired, we train you, we support you, and hand you absolutely everything for free. Because genuinely, here's how I see it. If someone online is teaching a skill set and they're not confident enough to guarantee the outcome of what they're teaching, they shouldn't be charging anyone for it. And yes, we both know there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of bullshit out there, but there's also stuff that works. And I don't want that fear and skepticism associated to the bullshit out there to hold you back from your goals, which is exactly why we put it in writing, we put it in contract. If we can't get you placed inside a business, we give you your money back, no questions asked. That is literally how confident I am in the process, because it's worked for over 80 athletes already. And if you show up, you do the work, I know it can work for you. But with that, naturally, you might be wondering, how can I be so confident to literally guarantee you a job? And how is the demand for appointment setters coming out of Athletic Freedom higher than the supply? Well, after 12 months of consistently training and delivering really good appointment setters, the kind that consistently deliver real results, these businesses have never seen that level before. And word got out to where we're now officially partnered with private business communities full of online 6 and 7-figure entrepreneurs that all need trained, commission-based appointment setters inside their company. And they're not just looking for anyone. They could go anywhere to find anyone, but they come to us. Why? Because Athletic Freedom appointment setters, with the training and the mentality you have, they show up with the athlete mindset, focus, discipline, resilience, consistency. It's an edge you already have as an athlete, and we show you how to weaponize it in the world of sales. If these business owners wanted average, untrained sales reps, they could go anywhere, but they need and they want appointment setters who actually produce, who show up like winners, follow a proven system, and deliver real results. So that's why, unless a business owner hates money, they're going through us because they know our training is the best in the industry. They know the athletes have the mindset to succeed, and the results prove exactly that. And again, that's why I'm so confident in what we do, because once you learn the skills, you learn the frameworks and the scripts we teach inside Athletic Freedom, the same ones we have used to book tens of thousands of sales calls across our sales agency, generate more than $1 million a month across all of our appointment setters, you become unbelievably valuable. And when you pair that with your athletic mindset, you have everything you would need to succeed online in the sales space and step into companies that need you. And these aren't small time side hustles. They're vetted multi-6 and 7-figure companies doing 50 to 100K plus a month. They have the volume, they have the ads running, they have the leads, and they are ready to pay you 5 to 10 grand a month in commissions once you're in. That's the play. You learn a skill that makes you valuable in a booming industry. You leverage that with your athletic mindset, and you get placed in a business that pays you to perform. That's literally it. I'll tell you that it's not easy, but the process is simple and it works. We literally guarantee that it will work for you. So right now, after hearing that 2-step roadmap, you have 2 options. Option 1, you try to figure it out all on your own. You search YouTube, you dig through free resources, and you hope a small business owner takes a gamble on you with no previous experience, no professional training, and no proof you can actually deliver. Could it work? Maybe. But what I've seen, the success rate is very low from people trying it on their own. And here's what you're really risking. First of all, you're risking your time. And that's the one thing you can never get back. We've mastered this process, learning directly from hundreds of companies, knowing exactly what they're looking for. I know every single mistake a beginner makes, and I've built a proven system to shortcut all of it so you don't waste months guessing, hoping, and spinning your wheels. But the second thing you're risking trying to figure it out all on your own is money. Most people think it's cheaper to try it on their own, but in reality, it ends up costing you way more money in lost opportunities. Because frankly, here's the cold hard truth. No business is going to hire you based on someone who's just winging it off YouTube videos. They want professionals, and we train professionals. Take John, a 19-year-old footballer from Sydney, Australia. He saw the opportunity within appointment setting, but he thought he could do it all by himself. He spent 3 months reaching out to businesses and got 0 results. Then he joined the program. He realized he couldn't do it on his own. He got certified, and within 30 days, he was trained and placed inside of 4 different companies and started earning online. So option 1 cost him 3 months of his time and effort with absolutely nothing to show for it. And that's what most people never recover from. They give up before they even get started because they don't see success. And I can tell you that it's demotivating trying something for months without any real luck. And option 2 is the one that you have in front of you right now. And it's very simple. You click the link below this video. You book a call and you work directly with me and my team one-on-one to get you placed inside a company and start earning 5 to 10 grand a month as an appointment setter. This is the exact process that helped Fabio quit his 9-to-5, drop out of university, and go all in on the online sales space. He made 9,000 USD in his first few months, and eventually, after getting better and booking more calls, he scaled up to 10,000 USD in a single month. Because when you join the Athletic Freedom Program, you're not doing it alone. You're stepping into a proven framework with the support of a community of driven athletes already earning 5, 10, even 15 grand a month. And best of all, with the entire process, it's completely risk-free. We guarantee your placement. If we can't get you hired, we don't get paid. You'll also get full access to our expert coaching team, athletes exactly like you who have been through the program. It's changed their lives. They started where you were, mastered the skill, built real freedom through this opportunity. But I want to be clear, with this guarantee, we can only offer this guarantee because we don't just accept everyone into the program. We only work with athletes that are serious, coachable, committed, because with the demand we're seeing from these business owners, we have to be 100% confident you are the person to succeed once you are in the program. And if you're still watching this video, I truly believe that can be you. I started Athletic Freedom because I was you. I know what it feels like to feel stuck, unsure where to go and how to achieve these goals. And this is the roadmap that I wish that someone gave me when I was just starting out, when I was lost, when I was tired, and grinding in that job just to barely get by. And now I want to hand it to you. No guesswork, no stress, just real results in a life you're actually excited to wake up to. So if you're ready to take control of your financial future and you're done watching others win while you stay stuck, and you're truly serious about making a change in your life, learning a skill that actually gets you paid what you're worth, this is your shot. And no, this isn't too good to be true. It takes effort, it takes consistency, it takes hard work. But if you're willing to show up, we'll show you the exact path that's already helped 80 athletes go from stuck to earning 5 to 10 grand a month online. So if that sounds like you, you've got the drive and you've got the mindset to make this work, then I want you to click the link below this video and book your free call with me or my team. And on this call, we'll walk you through the exact step-by-step process to barely knowing what appointment setting is, to the roadmap to becoming an appointment setter and making 5 to 10 grand a month. And keep in mind, every single athlete I talked about in this video started exactly where you are today. They watched the video just like this. They took action and magically their lives completely changed. And honestly, almost every single one of them told me the exact same thing. They told me they tried everything online, but nothing worked. They tried absolutely everything. Everything you've probably looked into, dropshipping, crypto, whatever it is. Nothing worked until they mastered a real skill, a valuable skill, and started playing to their strengths as athletes. Now it's your turn. And remember, it's completely risk-free, backed with a no-brainer guarantee. If we don't place you in a company, you don't pay us a cent. You walk away with a mastered skill and we just coached you for free. Click the link below, book your call, and take the first step towards living the life you know you're capable of. And here we are. You're at a crossroads. You know what to do. Two futures, two completely different outcomes. Option one, you stay exactly where you're at. Same job, same income, same cycle. You know where that leads. It leads to a life where you know you're capable of achieving more, but you never actually break through. A life filled with stress, burnout, and that quiet voice in the back of your head telling you, whispering to you that you're meant for more. And you never end up feeling truly free. You never get paid what you're worth. You never live the life you dreamed of as an athlete, which leads us on to option two, the path already walked by over 80 athletes who were exactly where you are today. All they did is took the time they were spending on their phones. They learned one skill. They mastered one process for a very specific company very well. And they started earning $300, $500, even $600 a day just from the messages they sent the day before from their phones. But the main thing they did, it all started with taking control. They worked a few hours a day on their own schedule. They focused on their goals and they built a life of freedom. And this life you are so looking to achieve isn't that far away. You're only a chain of actions away from achieving everything you've ever wanted. And booking your call is the first step. It's completely free with me or my team right now. It's 100% risk-free, and it could be the moment that changes everything. Because the only difference between you and the people, the athletes that are where you want to be, is that they made a decision. Click the link, book a call, and let's build the life you know you are capable of achieving together. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate at all to reach out. We've got you.